Welcome back to P5. Remember, we're hanging out with Sojiro tonight.
You got time right now?
Also got some other plans. And yes, I did grab my Hierophant persona in the last episode.
Alright then.
Let's help him out around the store. Nothing going on in terms of rank ups. He's still being very picky. Sojiro's guidance is extremely precise. I did just as he told me. Got some romance planned in this episode. We got a hot date tomorrow. Look, it's still not ready to rank up.
Thanks.
Sojiro is a hard man to please. Alright, time to explain some hidden mechanics. I think this is the first time this has happened. Who could it be at this hour? It's Ryuji. There's a movie I gotta see. I know we haven't finished taking care of Madarame yet, but you want to take a breather? There's about a week left. The Cake Night Rises. It's an action flick. What do you say? Okay, making plans for tomorrow. If you respond right away to a confidant's invitation without putting it on hold, your relationship will deepen. If you immediately respond to a message, you will be unable to accept any further invitation for tomorrow. Think before making a commitment. So, it's just as the tutorial says. Although, I guess it doesn't make it super clear, because it says, like, your relationship will deepen. Like, well, what does that mean? It means you get social link points, or confidant points, whatever. So, I could say, no to Ryuji right now, or like, oh, I'll decide tomorrow, or whatever, and then ultimately still go see the movie with him. But if I commit to it right now, I actually get confidant points. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether or not if you have a chariot persona with you at this exact moment affects like the committal. I would say that it does. Like, the best way to go about this is to put a chariot persona on you this night, before hanging out with Sojiro. Commit to hanging out with Ryuji, and then tomorrow when you go on your little bro date with him, you already have your chariot persona, and you will get extra points for your hangout. So, let's do it. Commit. That settles it then. Let's meet up in front of the movie theater in Shibuya. So doing this with Ryuji right now is actually going to save a lot of time. Well, I don't know if it saves time, because ultimately it eats up an afternoon, but I know Ryuji was in a place where he wasn't ready to rank up before this. Now he will be. And plus, this is a unique scene.
Sorry.
The way the movies work is that every character in your party gets one day throughout the entire year in which they'll go to the movies with you, which kind of sucks in some manners. I mean, if you want to do some comparing and contrasting, Persona 4 Golden had a movie system in which you could invite people whenever you want, and depending on how much they like the movie.
Cakes are too quick. You can't savor all the little taste sensations you see when forced to choose cake or pie. People show you their true taste.
I am nothing like you. You're a psychopath who bakes for money.
The Cake Night Rises, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, that is music from Catherine. So in P4G, depending on how much someone liked the movie you took them to, you would either get, more points or less points. Whereas this game, it's you get one chance, and if you missed that person's movie date, then you missed it. I feel like I was able to learn how to be more compassionate to others. And you still get your social stat bonuses as well. So that goes to kindness.
All right.
And then typically when the movie ends, you have a small little conversation. Don't these revenge movies make you feel something? And typically the response you give will give you confidant points, and they're pretty easy to figure out. You just have to go along with what they're saying.
Right? I'll pay you back for that.
So I can say for certain that we will not get to see every single person's movie date.
Well then.
I will try to get to, I don't know. I think we're gonna end up seeing like half of them maybe. Right, let's head over back to Shibuya. 'Cause it is Sunday, and even though it's evening now, we can still get our little drink on.
What do you want?
Thank you, Karen Strassman. Nice chugging. Alright, 1 point into knowledge.
All right.
Let's go somewhere else. Whoops. Luckily, I know where I want to go. I want to head over to the Velvet Room. They did a tiny little thing off camera. Did some poking into the Persona 5 Fusion calculator. So that I know what I need to do to get my next strength rank up now. Luckily, that Barrett we pulled out at the end of last episode is going to come in handy.
Let's exit. Now choose.
So, fuse Barrett with Kelpie.
Do you really need this? Choose the inherited skills, inmate.
It will receive a fraction of my
Alright, fuse it up. Alright, so Obarion is a persona that you can get fairly early in Mementos, but I'm not planning to go back to Mementos yet. So instead I'll just fuse it here. And I need to go back into my compendium now and get it the Nakamata that I had fused out. There we are.
You'll withdraw this for this is your pop. Such rudeness. Time for some. You wish to perfusion.
And now we fuse these two together.
Choose the inherited skills, inmate.
And there's Magaru. I will keep Lucky Punch as well. That's very useful.
It will receive. Girls, let us begin.
I am Matador. This body of mine, born from the bloody throes of battle, shall be with you as a mask from now on.
All right.
Trigger happy. Automatically increases chance of dealing gun critical hits. That's pretty good. Alright, that's all we need to do in here. Well, we need to show it to Caroline and Justine.
Oh. Indeed. See? You can do it. Yes.
I understand.
Excuse me? Shut up!
Yeah, don't worry about it. Shut up, though.
Hey, inmate! Yes.
Feel like my bond with Caroline and Justine is growing deeper. Strength rank 3 lockdown allows you to leave a persona to learn an attribute resistance.
All right.
Now. Farewell.
Please bring us a Floros with Tarukaha. Not quite at the level to do that just yet. So 2 rank ups away from the next skill.
Now.
Let's check out this new ability.
You certain?
Train
Your turn,
personas.
Caroline.
So we can throw a persona into the cell.
Make a choice, inmate.
Lockdown. It's essentially solitary confinement. So let's put
You wanna
Matador
lock
in there.
this one up?
Wait, hold on. Let me look at my schedule, because I might need Matador for something else. No, I think I have another death persona on me, right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
So it's this persona? Oh, I'll take good care of you.
We'll leave him in there for a little while, and he should gain some sort of resistance to electricity. I also
already?
think you may get a trophy for doing this. I know there are trophies attached to the special Velvet Room actions.
No slacking off.
Alright, head over to the square, where we'll hang out with Broshida.
Please consider what I have to say. Good evening.
Yes, let's help him out.
Let's say we head on over. Everyone, what? No. Hmm? What? You're right.
Feel like my bond with Yoshida is growing deeper. Sun Rank 3, Fundraising. Allows you to ask for large amounts of money during negotiations,
All right.
so I can become even more wallet huge.
Yes. Well then, I'll see you again.
The whole story there waiting to come out.
Hey!
Alright, let's do a little reading and finish up the Gallant Rogue. Striking a pose of defiance with tobacco pipe in hand, he truly looked like a great thief.
Wow!
Ishikawa Goemon was a thief without peer, so he was a hero of the common people, huh?
Oh!
He's a true example of a gentleman thief. I'm about to rank up. My guts is now staunch.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Boy, I wonder who this question could be about.
What is the answer?
Who was the pirate who said that he hid his treasure in a certain place just before he was executed? That would be William Kidd.
Very good.
Also known as Captain Kidd.
Nice going!
Of course I'm that smart. That one's pretty easy. The money he used for his exploits was essentially the aristocracy's. He himself wasn't considered rich. Still, several novels were written based on his legend, and people still look for his treasure today. By the way, I've heard that there's an island in Kyushu where Kidd's treasure is set to sleep.
Yep. Hey,
6 days left. First thing to do is, let's go around and, well, first let me go to the library. I can now swap out books again. Return a book and borrow a new one. The only one of these we haven't read is the one based on Arsene, the Great Thief. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, now I'll open the menu. Let's go around and buy some SP items again. So, courtyard. Might be the last time I do this. Because I should be able to start affording those adhesives. But I'm not going to buy those adhesives just yet. Not a smart thing to do right away. Because you want to make sure that you make it to the next palace before blowing all that kind of money on things that you don't necessarily need. Things that are more luxurious. I have been using some of these, by the way, off camera to extend my grinding just a little bit. I don't think I ever went below 10 on any one of the items. So, arcade. I'll pick up these. Alright. Now let's go to the hideout. Whoops, wrong place. It's in Shibuya still. Because now it is time to actually send that calling card. We will be tackling the boss fight tomorrow.
Well then.
We can now take him down. Madarame is going to be a changed man. There won't be any way to revert it though. Are you sure you're okay with that?
You sicken me.
I have thought it over carefully, and I cannot think of a future in which he does not pay his dues. He has preyed not only on the art world, but on countless talents, so I humbly request your help. Alright,
You have my thanks.
I apologize for making you do this. Not at all. We just didn't want to impose if you weren't feeling up to it, Yusuke.
Okay.
But if you're already determined to do it, then there's nothing more for us to say. If I recall, our next step is sending a calling card, correct? What a suave maneuver.
Right.
It's not about acting cool. The calling card is a way to trigger a change in his cognition. A change in cognition. That reminds me, you went through some trouble regarding that before. Ah, you must be talking about when we forced open that security gate in the courtyard. The palace is a cognitive world, so changing its ruler's cognition changes the topography, I think. Very nicely put, Lady On. You're absolutely correct. This will be a vital tactic from here forward.
May I get a word in?
Actually, may I ask a truly basic question? You continue to mention cognition quite readily. But why does this world formed from materialized cognitions even exist to begin with? Don't tell me. Has it always existed while we go about our daily lives completely oblivious?
No.
Honestly, I'm not sure. At the very least, I know it existed before the Kamoshida incident, but that's all. I see. Crap, he totally caught me off guard with that. It's kind of weird thinking there might be whole worlds we just don't know a damn thing about. Did the thought ever cross your mind, Akira? Well, of course it did, because I played P1 through 4.
Now then.
Don't be so anxious. You don't even know everything about the city you live in, after all. All that's important is that we know how to make use of that world and how to traverse it. Alright, so let's send the calling card.
Okay.
Hopefully we get voice cutscene now.
A calling card, huh? Really take it seriously. He is famous after all. He has often received slanderous letters till now as well.
He'll know best whether the crime written on it is for real or not.
Wait. Are you going to write it again, Ryuji? That last one was questionable at best.
You should do it then, Yusuke. Oh, make it really artistic and stuff.
No, it'll end with him figuring it out. He knows my drawing and writing styles all too well.
Oh, then I'll think it up and you make it cooler.
Designing a calling card. Interesting. It shall become proof that the Phantom Thieves do exist.
It's decided then.
Great! All that's left is to make the treasure ours. You guys better come fully prepared.
Ah, you're back.
Yo, I tried changing the chat icon. Looks the same to me. Maybe it's just for the group and doesn't show up in here. Well, you should take a look later. It's the Phantom Thieves logo I had Yusuke draw for us. The calling card turned out great because of him too. Anyways, this is the first job for the Phantom Thieves. We really can't screw this up, okay? I know. And make sure Yusuke gets a lot of rest today, okay? Yep. Well, see you all tomorrow. Night. See you tomorrow. So you can actually look at that. There it is. There's the official Phantom Thieves logo. Thanks, Yusuke. Alright, so this is the night before the palace, which means our activities are fairly limited. But what we can do is craft. Craft. So, if you've been with me for a little while and you were around for the P5 streams, you know how stupid what I'm about to do is. I can't remember whether or not I explained this earlier in the game. I may have. If I did, then I apologize. The way crafting works is that the amount of points you get towards your proficiency is kind of random. Most times you will get +2 points. Sometimes you get +3 points if you're really lucky. Although the higher your proficiency is, the more likely you're to get +3 when crafting. So if you want to min-max your time and write a guide where everything happens as quickly as possible like me, you always want to get +3 proficiency when crafting. But the downside of that is that if you don't get it, you have to reload your save file and try again until you do. Now, during streams, this was super annoying, and we had to listen to Morgana say, what are your thoughts every fucking minute? So what's going to happen now, because we're now in the magical world of post-production, is that if I craft here and I get +2 instead of +3, I'm just going to cut the footage, and then you guys will see it when I eventually do get +3, however many attempts that takes.
I see.
Let's do it. Hopefully I have some crafting. Oh, I have tons. Oh, because of my grinding, I have a bunch of fucking crafting materials. There's also a trophy for creating at least one of every type of infiltration tool. So, but I'm going to focus on lockpicks because those come in handy.
What are your thoughts?
This nonsense is also why I obviously saved the game right in front of the desk. Alright, continue.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Maybe I'll get lucky and get that +3 on camera.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I did not get lucky, so time to cut footage. I'll see you guys when I get +3. There we are. That took about 5.5 minutes.
Alright.
Don't know how many tries that was exactly, maybe like 6 or 7. Alright, so we got our +3. And now we can do our boss fight. Time to take Madarame's heart.
Pardon me, sir. There's a matter we need to notify you about.
Please excuse me for a moment. What is it?
We found this outside.
A letter?
It's, Sir Chiryusai Madarame, a great sinner of vanity whose talent has been exhausted. You are an artist who uses his authority to shamelessly steal the ideas of his pupils. We have decided to make you confess all your crimes with your own mouth. We will take your distorted desires without fail. From the Phantom Thieves.
Whose doing is this?
We don't know. The same letter's been posted everywhere.
What about the security cameras?
There were no signs of the culprit. All we saw was a cat in the recordings.
Remove these at once!
Of course.
What now?
It's about this affecting the exhibit. We believe it's just a prank, but what of the mass media?
Are you insinuating that this slander is true?
Of course not.
It's those damn brats doing, isn't it? Well, it means nothing. They'll only be able to do as they please until this exhibit is over.
Will that do?
Yup, it was perfect. The composition was way cooler, too.
The treasure should appear right about now.
You better enjoy the air of freedom while you still can, old man. Anyways, did you guys check online? People are already talking about that calling card. We'll show them. We're gonna surprise them all.
I'm sure you know, but we only get one shot to pull this off.
It'll be fine. We managed last time, too.
You have no reservations about this either, right, Yusuke?
Of course not. We'll do this.
Alright, let me look at everyone's stats just real quick. So I want to switch to their personas. Alright, I think I know what lineup it's going to be. I'm going to leave Ryuji on the sidelines for this. Hopefully that works out. Let's see. I am on normal, right? Okay, let's head over to the final safe room.
Let's do it.
Save the game in here. And do this boss fight. So all we need to do is get over here and get to the switch. Okay, so Ryuji and An will take care of the lights downstairs. So Ryuji's gonna be the diversion, and An will hit the switch.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Joker!
Alright, let's go get Mona. There he is.
Hey,
Time to make our getaway.
Let's go.
Who cares where he goes? As long as it gets us out of here. There is a way down, but it's a little confusing. Yeah, it's kind of like you go to the left, or no, this is the wrong way. Everything looks like stairs. Hold on, I should make sure that I have the persona I want. Right, Matador is unfortunately still locked up, but that's okay. I knew that would be the case. Alright. I can do it without him.
Yes.
Whoa!
Treasure! Huh?
This is the treasure?
You got duped.
Get back!
Whoa!
Meddlesome vermin. Is this what you're looking for?
What nonsense that you used a mousetrap on me.
So you had a fake prepped, huh?
Counterfeits are accepted in the world of Japanese art.
What made you change like this? Is it because you became famous? Can't you understand how much it pains me to inquire about the crimes of my foster father?
Now that I think back, the only reason why I took you in was due to my ties with your mother. That woman never lost her passion for painting, even after her husband died. Her skills and talents were quite astonishing. That's why I decided to look after her. Your mother and the artwork she created, they're all my works of art.
How low can you sink?
I suppose I can grant you a gift before you die. A glimpse of the genuine Sayuri.
Genuine? That's the real Sayuri? This can't be. Mom!
Huh?
Indeed it is. This was painted by your mother. It's a portrait of herself. A woman who knew her death was coming painted her last wishes for the son she would leave behind. That is the truth behind the mystery of Sayuri's expression.
You stole something that personal?
I knew at first glance. I knew it'd be a huge success if I added a touch to the painting and announced it under my name.
But the baby in the picture, why did you paint over it?
It was all to stage it. If the babe is erased, the reason for the woman's expression will become a mystery. That is what the general public is drawn to. Each of those parasitic critics wrote the same thing.
I always felt something was off about all this. Now I know what it is.
If you really treasured that painting, you wouldn't even think about replicating it for profit. You don't love art at all! Though you have a real treasure, your true skills are nothing more than those scribbles on that fake.
It makes me laugh, asshole!
So you'll defy me no matter what? Well then, since you're my work of art, Yusuke, I'm going to reap you for the sake of my future. Along with those insolent friends of yours there.
I can't believe you're treating both mother and son like they're objects. You're inhuman!
Fox?
I've heard that you destroy your art once they outlive their usefulness. Did that include my mother as well?
She just so happened to have a seizure in front of me. That's when a thought crossed my mind. If I don't call for help and leave her be, I could obtain her painting without any strings attached.
No. You let her die?
She was physically weak. No one would doubt if she just dropped dead because of a seizure. Above all, Yusuke, didn't you think it was odd that I discovered your talent when you were only 3? The reason why I kept you around was to keep you from realizing the truth behind Sayuri.
You killed her.
The artistic talents you inherited from your mother were a delightful miscalculation, though. If I'm to steal ideas, it's much easier robbing the future of brats who won't talk back than adults. It's thanks to you that I came up with the idea. You have my gratitude.
Yusuke?
I thank you, Madarame. Every reason for me to forgive you has disappeared without a trace at this very moment. You aren't some rotten artist. You're a despicable fiend who wears the skin of an artist.
All you good-for-nothings barging into my museum and doing whatever the hell you want. Those who have the connections make the rules. Those who don't, follow them. Not to mention, the value of art is all subjective. I make the rules in the art scene. I am the supreme being. I am the god of the art world.
This isn't good. Get back!
Now, let's begin, you vermin.
You use others for your own despicable desires, Madarame. You aren't even worth the art you create!
All right.
Don't lose focus. There's no telling what he'll try.
Hopefully I don't screw this up. Like I said, Madarame was only going to get a lot worse before he got better.
It's time.
Alright.
All right.
So the way the pieces of Madarame work
Alright, Filter! Very smooth.
are that certain pieces are vulnerable to physical attacks but immune to magic. Others are vulnerable to magic and immune to physical. So I'm going to focus on the ones that are magic weak first. So the nose and the mouth. And you can see that if you hit the opposite, they end up absorbing.
I am thou. Persona! You're mine.
Alexander's over feet! Are you alright?
Stupid brats.
Fuck! Your defense is down!
Alright, let's heal up a little bit. That's why Mona's here.
Alright! Panzer's back! Persona!
Let's go. Let's go.
Don't think I have anything quite that good on Joker. Oh, I have Rampage though. That might do. Yeah, Rampage it is.
Shisa! There.
You?
Stupid brats.
Much thanks.
That's a big help.
I am thou.
Alright, phase 2 of the fight now. Once you knock out his pieces, Madarame's shadow becomes vulnerable.
Madarame's out.
Damn it! I'm the great Madarame! The Madarame who gathers a full crowd every time he opens an exhibit! I'm not someone that worthless brats like you are allowed to defy!
You still have the nerve to say such things? You will fully taste the wrath of those who are preyed upon by you! Do it!
As you can see, he still has tons of health and defense here.
Attack the main body.
But we can debuff him a little bit so that we do as much damage as possible during this phase. Because knocking out this version of him is what ultimately wins you the fight.
Persona! Die!
Take this!
Persona!
Let's see, where is it? Yeah, I'll go with Hysterical Slap here.
Go down!
Witness my skull. Persona, eat this.
I am thou.
Alright, that was a lot of damage for one little round of that. But now the fight gets a little bit tougher.
Impertinent brats! It seems you need a good whipping to make you understand!
I'm not sure whether or not we're going to get to see his final little ability in this fight.
There!
Let's see if we can't repeat the same process. Oh, here it is. Oh, no. This is not what I'm thinking of. So,
This attack
what
has
this
to be more than
does...
just our color changing. We should be cautious.
Yeah, we should be very cautious. Party members who get painted become weak to everything. You have no resistance whatsoever. So, I want to heal up because Yusuke is very vulnerable right now. To the point where it might be better off just guarding with him. In fact, overall I would say it's actually a little... shit. A little lucky that Yusuke was the one that got painted. Hold on there, Yusuke.
Time to turn the tables.
I'm gonna tell him to guard, actually.
You're covered in paint. I don't like the look of this.
And yes, he can restore his pieces as well.
They regenerated? Damn it. Those things can come back if we don't take them down at once?
What? Much thanks.
Thank you. Let's do this! Not good. Fox is in bad shape.
I'm at my limit. Prepare yourself.
Alright, but it's gonna be harder for him to get his pieces back up with two of them down. That's what I was looking for.
You're mine.
Witness my skull.
I appreciate it.
Oh, that's a big help. Persona!
Right. Let's go with the basic physical.
My defense is low right now.
Persona! Neon sheet! There!
Got you where I want you. So yeah, we might not get to see the third part of his fight.
Damn it! Damn it! Stop it, you brats! Or else...
You think we'll be daunted by such threats? Let's go.
Now's our chance! Attack the main body!
All right.
Fox, your health is low. Watch out!
So the way the third part of the fight works, assuming that we're not going to see it here, is that around the arena there are cans of black paint, just like what he hit Fox with. And you'll have a situation like you did in the Kamoshida fight and in other boss fights in the game where you can send one of your party members to leave the fight and go secure one of those paint cans, and then you can paint him black and make him weak to everything. But that's only if the fight lasts beyond this stage that we're at right now. Which it won't.
Not good! Fox is in bed!
Persona! Ravage that!
Persona!
He's done. There you go. That's 2 boss fights down. $1,200 experience, 12,000 yen. Everyone but Joker all just hit level 20. And in the next episode, we'll pick up with the fallout with the Madarame fight. See you guys then.